What's shaking? It's Bacon, and today I wanted to talk about Destiny and Xbox and their little relationship, or lack thereof of a relationship. Now, we all know that Destiny has a deal with PlayStation and they have like the timed exclusive DLC or whatever. Now, this whole console exclusivity deal is just getting in the way of the progression of a good game. Hell, what am I talking about? The progression of a good game. It's not even getting in the way of the progression because it started off like this. So it's just getting in the way of the game. And it may seem like I'm picking on Destiny or Bungie, but not necessarily. They're just kind of my focus here because I actually enjoy this game. And let it be known that I am a PlayStation player. I play on PS4. So it's not like I'm fanboying in any regards. I'm just here as a consumer, as a gamer, because when I put myself in the shoes of an Xbox player, I just feel like I'm being robbed, and I don't want to be robbed by something that I enjoy doing. That's just messed up. And this form of marketing makes it so that a console doesn't really need any specific features. It doesn't need to be even good. As long as it has exclusive games and exclusive DLC to it, it can just succeed. And it makes it so that like things like that are pushed aside and it's all about who gets the DLC, and that's messed up. I remember a time where you just got the game and you got to enjoy all of it. Everyone got equal share no matter what console they were on. But now they're just pushing for the console wars, where someone like me hasn't cared about something like that since, say, middle school. And that's only because I wasn't fully aware of what was going on, and that's what they target. That's what they want to do. They want to get sales like that, people who aren't informed. So as a commentator, I want to inform you because I know what the hell they're doing and I do not approve of it. And I want to see if you guys have any similar thoughts, or maybe you have different thoughts, whatever. So let's just jump right into it. So to begin with, Destiny has always been favoring PlayStation. Even with starting off with the beta, PS3 and PS4 got it before Xbox did. So that just set the stage for what was to come. And then when the game was coming out, they already had said that 2 exotic weapons would be PlayStation exclusive, Monte Carlo and Hawkmoon. And then an exclusive Strike and exclusive Crucible map would be within it too, Exodus Blue and the Dust Palace. We also got some rare armors that really did not matter and some ships that really did not matter, so I'm not even including that. Then with Dark Below, there was the Undying Mind Strike and then the 4th Horseman as an exotic weapon. And now with the start of year 2, the cycle is repeating itself. With the Taken King, the Jade Rabbit Scout Rifle, which is exotic, is going to be also timed exclusive for another year. There's also an exclusive gear set that could possibly be legendary because I can't really understand why they would do rare. Maybe for new players, but still, you get out of that like little rare phase so fast that what's the point of making it? And also, as a little addition to that, the Titan one looks horrible to me. It looks disgusting. So then there's also a strike called the Echo Chamber, and then a PvP map called Sector 618. Sorry, Mysterio. And this is just wrong. This is theft to me. This is piracy. This is wrong. So because Bungie is under Activision, I tend to draw references to Call of Duty when talking about their marketing and business models and stuff. You might notice that from my last video. And when it comes to time DLC or whatever, COD has had a trend of making it so that PlayStation gets the DLC a month later. That's changing now, but in the reverse. PlayStation's gonna get DLC a month earlier than Xbox. And that month was like, okay, whatever. We're used to it by now. It's been years, so I guess we're just used to it. It's only a month anyways. We get to enjoy the same content or whatever, and it's not that long of a time frame. Okay, I understand that. But even though it's only a month, I end up straying away from Call of Duty anyways. Usually I start up strong in the beginning. Maybe I get the first and second DLC packs or whatever. And then after that, it's just like, why? Because they're already talking about the new Call of Duty or something. It's always being speculated really fast because Call of Duty only lasts for a year. So something like that, it just gets bad towards the end where I'm not buying any more DLC. I don't feel like even playing Call of Duty because maybe it's gotten dry by then. Maybe I'm just not liking the maps and maybe I'm just not interested. That's what happens. I get a lack of interest by then. But Bungie took the plunge with Destiny. They decided to make it a year wait of exclusive content. And at first, we believed that it would only be the first set of things like the Monte Carlo and the Hawk Moon and stuff like that. But actually it was with each expansion. So with each expansion there's a piece of the puzzle that Xbox is not getting. What is that? What is the point of that? You're paying the same price only to get your content later on. Did I make that choice? No, they're forcing that upon you. Maybe for whatever strange reason you wanted to get your stuff later. You wanted to hold it off so that you can get it all in a bulk. But you didn't get that option. It was forced upon you because you had an Xbox. That's segregation of consoles, man. This is not right in my eyes. This is just a scheme to make it seem like, oh, at the end of the year, you get a big old bulk. You get a bunch of things. A bunch of things that we've gotten over here at PlayStation. And this isn't me talking smack. This is me saying, what the hell, Bungie? Give them the same treatment because they bought the same game. They paid the same amount of money as I did. So I don't see why they have to be neglected. At least Call of Duty didn't make me buy the DLC and not get as much as Xbox did. I still got the same thing, but it was just a month later. With this, it's a year later, and you're not getting what you want. You're not getting it in that same time frame. I buy the DLC and I'm not getting as much as someone on another console? That's bull. And you know, not enough people are talking about this. Why? Because it's old news. This is expected of Destiny, of Bungie, of games in general when it comes to DLC content. But just because it's expected doesn't mean it's right. And just because it's not affecting me doesn't mean it's not wrong. Because a problem shouldn't suddenly be a problem only when it affects you. It should be a problem regardless, even if it's not you who's being directly hit by it. I see that something wrong is happening with the gaming industry, and especially right here in my face in a game that I play constantly on Destiny. Now here's something not enough people are talking about. Destiny is said to be a constantly evolving game. So that means the content is always changing. So back before or whatever, my first exotic, true exotic, not exotic bounty, was Monte Carlo. And now if I try to use Monte Carlo, I will get wrecked. Why? Because the auto rifles got nerfed. So by the time Xbox gets that Monte Carlo, it won't be in its full glory. It won't be as pretty and shiny as it was for me when I first got it. Not just because it was my first exotic, but because it was actually useful. It was actually usable and viable. Now it's just a pea shooter. What's the point of it? Hawk Moon. Yeah, Hawk Moon's still a beast. I still don't have it actually. But what if the hand cannons get their whole nerf that people are picketing for? Like picket signs are all over the place. Down with exotic hand cannons. That happens, and what happens to Hawk Moon? It's not as good as it should have been for them. They should have gotten it the same time as we did. Then they could have experienced the greatness of it. And I'm sure plenty of Xbox players are just fine getting all this content on top of the Taken King DLC. But still, it's messed up because not only are you adjusting to everything that we all have to adjust to, like this new supers in competitive PvP, but you also have to get used to Exodus Blue and maps that you never got before, weapons that you've never dealt with before, things like that. It's disgusting. This isn't right in the least. I remember playing the Strike playlist religiously, just constantly always in the Strike playlist, getting those engrams and stuff like that. And we had all the strikes that were available to us. But now you're just now getting the strikes that were available to us. That is so wrong, because do we really, like, how many people actually still do the Strike playlist? And not as many as before, and the cycle is continuing. They're doing the same thing over again. So it's just gonna keep happening to you. until there is a change, until there is a forced change, because that's the only way that these developers listen to us, sadly, when it comes to their pockets. They'll appease us. They'll say, yes, we have listened to you and we're doing what you want. That's only a little piece of what we want, and it's morphed in a way that is convenient for them. And I'm not cool with that at all. If you're an Xbox player and you do not like this, speak up. If you're a PlayStation player and you do not like this, speak up. If you're just a video game addict and you just, not even just an addict, you enjoy playing video games, speak up, because this marketing strategy is being looked at by the little guys. Destiny is a AAA title. It is on the top, so people are looking at it. People look at Call of Duty for inspiration and how they should model their own structure so they can kind of have the same type of success. This is not a good role model. We need to knock down these types of strategies down a peg and make it more in favor of the consumer and consumer enjoyment, because truth be told, I really enjoy Destiny. I love it, but I can't love every piece of it if we don't get every piece of it. And I hope we can rise up together. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will catch you in the next one.